Today I'm making a video explaining why I prefer to carry a J-frame revolver as opposed to a small micro pistol or micro auto-loading pistol. The type of pistols I'm talking about are like the Ruger LCP, the Taurus TCP 738, and Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. The small micro pistols chambered in 380 ACP. I did want to mention though, before I go any further, that this isn't the gun that I normally carry. 90% of the time I'm carrying this gun here, which is Springfield Hellcat with extra magazine. So 90% of the time I'm carrying that firearm. However, if I'm going out really quickly for a gallon of milk at the store or run into the coffee stand and I don't want to put a holster on, I'll carry this firearm here. So this is a special case firearm where I don't want to carry a holster. I just want to put it in my pocket. Maybe I'm wearing pajamas or going outside. That's what this gun is more for here. Now the first reason I prefer to carry a J-frame revolver as opposed to the micro pistols is the firepower. So the micro pistols are chambered in 380 ACP. This firearm chambered in 38 Special plus P. As you can see there. So as an example, this ammunition here by double tap is 38 Special plus P, 1175 feet per second, but most importantly 386 foot-pounds of energy. And when we look at the double tap 380 ACP, similar ammunition, 145 foot-pounds of energy. So you're getting more than 2 times the foot-pounds of energy with each round here, as opposed to the 380 ACP. When it comes to self-defense, you want to pay attention to the foot-pounds of energy. The higher it is, the better. Now a lot of people say that the plus P rounds are harder to shoot out of this gun because they're higher pressure, but I disagree. You just have to get used to the trigger. So being double action only. You can actually hear 2 clicks to stage the trigger. 1, 2. So if you can get used to getting the trigger to this point, you have the cylinder in line with the forcing cone in the barrel, then all it takes is a little bit of pressure to break the trigger, pull it straight back. So even with higher pressure rounds, if you just practice, then it'll be a lot easier to shoot, and you'll be more accurate as well. Now the second reason I prefer the J-frame revolver is just the manual of arms, essentially. With the micro pistols, you have very little real estate. As an example, this isn't one, but the rail is really thin and hard to get a good purchase on it, as well as the recoil spring is usually really stiff. And if you have a full magazine that's topped off, that can add to the amount of pressure it takes to rack the slide. So sometimes it can be really hard to get your hands on there with a micro pistol. The revolver, the platform here, especially the double action, very simple. You have one button. Is it loaded? Is it not? Close the cylinder. Very simple. Now before I mention the last reason that I prefer to carry the revolver, I do want to mention These are just my opinions. I'm not a gun expert, so just keep that in mind. So the last reason I prefer carrying the revolver here, especially the double action only model, is for the tactical advantage. Now the semi-auto does have the huge advantage of a quick reload with the magazine, but I think the revolver has an even bigger advantage, and that's because you can shoot this gun through a coat pocket or a sweatshirt. There's no hammer here to hang up, and that's a huge tactical advantage. If you think about your average confrontation, whether it's a robbery or whatever it is, the person's already going to have their firearm drawn. So you're already going to be at a disadvantage. You're going to have to react to the situation. You can shoot this firearm without having to draw it, which is a huge advantage that I think is underrated. So those are my reasons. Like and subscribe if you found that helpful, and have a good day.